Okay. All right. So good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to our pre-production walkthrough of our Runner Show. On this call, we have our co-hosts, the bad boy of comedy, Mr. Sink, Miss Stacy Mack, the voice of SoundChat Radio, as our co-host for that evening. We have our ambassadors, our models that would be greeting and bringing awards, and is that, as you would say, Sink, the beautiful look for the evening. All right. They're going to be coordinating, receiving our guests at the door, escorting them, and at the time when we do showtime, they will be presenting the awards and bringing those up to the honorees at the stage. So that is Miss Stoldia Decrepin, Miss Jessica Roach. Two of the ladies are, one is working, so that's Tashawn Trinidad and Miss Denny Foster. She's actually going to join a little late, right? Then on the production end, our production coordinating team that will be managing our Runner Show is Miss Taz Smith and Miss Lorraine Campbell. And then our actual audio visual guys is Peter Tullock and his crew, right? Organizing for the ladies from the designer standpoint that will be dressing our ambassadors will be Margaret Prasad, who owns Gamakachi Black. Okay, so those are the main players that are part of the production who will be actively working, right? And when I say actively working, when showtime kicks, you know, this is where we go into our professional mode, because 18 years is what it has taken for us and for myself to create this global brand now, right? The Young, Gifted, and Black Entrepreneur Awards is no longer a program that's being managed under my management consulting company, Netlinks Group. It is its own registered charitable entity for New York. We're currently waiting for our 501c3 designation. And we plan to do some real serious projects moving forward as we get through this, our first, and I would say, event where we're taking it on this global scale, right? We've understood the lessons learned over the years, and we are looking to address all of those particular items. Guys, let me get two other people on this call. I just realized we don't have Garvin. Hold on. Garvin, waiting on you to join. All right, thanks. One more second. I gotta just see who else I invited on this call. All right, so Denny, Lorraine, Peter, Charlotte, Sink, Stacy, Tishan, Tess. Okay, all the parties are here. All right, so I wanted to just go through the expectations of everyone for the evening, right? We know what our roles are. Execution of our roles is what we're going to be looking to do, and how to manage any hiccups that might come along, because I always believe in Murphy's Law, but we're putting certain key professionals in place, that's Lorraine and Taz, to be able to manage and work through any situations that come up. So we're able to create still a seamless process where, you know, we're not looking like we don't know what we're doing, right? So I've gone out my way to make sure that we have individuals who are top in their industry and in managing events of this type and even on a larger scale. And that is Lorraine and Taz. All right. That day, they are in control of the production. Lorraine, Taz, like I said, you guys own the run of show, right?
Okay.
So any coordination with that now from our team, your points will be Shala and Stacy, right? From our side. So if there is something that needs immediate addressing, those are your 2-point persons. If it needs to come to me, then, you know, we'll have a quick thought about it. But if it's not something that really needs a major decision change, you and Taz will make that call. Okay.
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 All right. Let's look at the runner show. Go ahead.
Did you email it out or you just have it there?
I didn't email it out because there's some edits I want to put in there as we talk through it right now. Right?
Okay. Mhm.
So I just wanted to go on the high level side, and then once this is done, it's going to be vetted out with how we're going to proceed.
Okay.
All right. Let me go ahead and share. All right, so guys, this is our runner show for the evening, right? From a production standpoint, Lorraine, for setup of the room, minimal setup other than the AV setup that is needed. We can come in early that day by 11 o'clock. We don't have to wait because there's no other event during that time. So if you guys can have Peter and company come in for 11, we'll be able to start setting up the room as far as to get, you know, the AV set up. The venue will be the ones dressing the tables and putting everything in based on the floor plan that they've given me, right? We're doing, we have just over 200 guests, which includes staff, right? So staff is included in that, which are you guys. So there's actually a table in the run a show, sorry, in the floor plan for staff. So ladies, you can actually, you know, during the evening, even though you're running around, you're entitled to have your dinner and things of that nature, even yourself, Stacy, and Sync, okay? The production team, Taz, I think I have you in there, but from the venue standpoint, vendors are not supposed, they're supposed to be working, all right? So I have you as staff versus Peter, Lorraine, you guys, I'm keeping you guys at production. And Lorraine, to my understanding, you'll be coming in a little late, right? So
Yeah,
on that.
so that's fine. Mhm.
All right. And I'll show you the floor plan when we get through this, so we understand how we're going to move around in that evening. Okay. So ladies, hostesses, the earlier you can get there, the better for us. But I have because it's for a few ladies that are coming in to be dressed by Margaret on that day of. So if you guys can, you just let me know what would be your earliest that you think you can make it in. We're going to work around your time, right? I think the term is come model ready, meaning, you know, you're gonna have your stilettos. Stoli is also a makeup artist. She'll do light touch-ups of your makeup if need be, right? We're not doing anything crazy for you guys to, we'll say we're gonna walk the black carpet, but you know, we're not gonna do anything crazy in regards to makeup and hair. You guys should come model ready with that, to bring your own what you guys call that, foundations, whatever it is that you guys do to make yourselves look gorgeous on your own. You guys would bring those items, and if you need Stoli to touch you up, she'll be able to do that. Is that correct, Stoli?
Yes.
All right. The call time that we need for models to be ready, we start check-in at our front desk at 5 o'clock, right? So from 5 to 6 p.m., well, probably a little bit after,
Or
right? We need you guys to be ready by 4:30, so that at 5 o'clock, when guests are coming upstairs, you are greeting them as they come off the elevator. You're pointing them to where to go and check in, right? Ladies, for if we need you now to then escort individuals to tables, especially honorees, you will escort them. You will also let them know, you know, to take pictures, to the step and repeat, right? To capture the moment. Okay, so you are their concierge throughout the evening as we receive all guests, but most importantly are the honorees. We're going to have 2 check-ins, one for the honoree and one for individuals attending. Okay, that will be managed by Shala, Stacy, Anne Marie, and my intern Sade. Okay, so that's what we'll do on the check-in side. Shala, is there anything we need to address on check-in with the ladies?
No, I think just making sure that honorees, like they're focusing on honorees as they come in and they know where they need to go.
All right, so definitely giving direction. I'm planning to have table cards created so they can go and pull their name to know what table they're assigned to. Okay, so we'll have that available. Our cocktail hour starts from 6 to 7, right? In that cocktail hour period, that's our networking period. Ladies, even though you're working the front, one of the things that we want is to make sure that we're capturing the moments of people getting pictures taken with our photographer. So you may want to just, you know, ask people as they're coming in and you're working the room, or you're bringing people in from outside, right? So you're going to be kind of moving to and fro, right? Just so individuals know what they need to do, as Shallow said, right? We'll look to bring the room to come to order. Now, column B in this file says will be who does what, right? For the opening, say voice of God, right? I will play the role of voice of God in the opening, right? So I'll actually put this in here. As we bring the room to order, right? Sync and Stacy, for the opening of the show, when we do lights, camera, action at 7 o'clock, you know, from 7 o'clock, we'll start telling, you know, cocktail hour will be winding down in the next 15 minutes. we're separating the room, even though it's the same one room, right? So up on the balcony side, we're going to be doing our cocktail receptions. We're not letting anyone go into the dining area between 6 and 7. We will then open up the ropes to let people flow down to their assigned tables, right? And start to, everyone knows where they need to be. So Stacy and Sink, you guys will now position yourselves within the room, that when we get through light, camera, action, we normally play our intro song, right?
I'm sorry, can I intervene? When you say Stacy, you're meaning Stacy or Stacy Mack?
Stacy
Yeah,
Mack.
just-
When I say host or hostess, that's Stacy Mack. Okay. Yeah, I'm there. Lorraine?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, got it. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we have a normal intro song that we play every year. It's a mixture of the different versions of To Be Young, Gifted, and Black done over the years. We will intro that song. Once that song plays as voice of God, I would say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 18th annual Young, Gifted, and Black Entrepreneurial Awards. Now, I need to follow up with Kevin Crown and a couple other DJs. We're doing a pass the mic setup, which are all pre-recorded segments where our former DJs of the year, we will be passing the mic. So Kevin is supposed to send over to me, along with DJ Roy from Road International, DJ Chaos, and our UK DJ Zell, the young DJ out of the UK, wherein throughout the show, we will be announcing we're passing the mic to these particular DJs, right? And they're all pre-recorded, that will be queued up. And when the time comes, Lorraine and Taz, the production team should have those ready to flip over, okay? Or have them queued up on screen. The way we'll have those built, it'll be queued up where you'll have the logo and it's just press play, right? If during the dead space, the only thing playing in the background is the sponsor collage, okay? So that's the only thing that's really playing on the screen, versus when we actually cue to play any of our videos. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
Got it.
So just in case these guys don't deliver, right? Even though it's listening, Lorraine, Taz, we keep it moving, right?
Is there another backup plan?
Huh?
Is there another backup plan
If they're not there, if I don't have their video, I will let you know. And
Okay.
we're just gonna keep it moving. You guys, everything all videos and presentations, I'm looking to make sure I have that over to Peter or Richie, so they have that queued up in the system.
Okay.
It's just a
right,
switcher
so-
between the two. To
All
my
right. So you'll have that prior, so we'll know what's there and what's not there.
Yes, everything will be set up in order of the runner show as far as what comes next. Now, if you guys got to switch things around, then you guys got to, do what you do based on things changing in the program,
Okay.
right? But I
Mhm.
think we need to communicate the changes to Sync and Stacy, so when they're going through the program, they know what's happening next, right? If there's changes.
Okay.
Right? So Recorded. All right. So all the way through, while I'm doing Voice of God, right? Musical tribute, Stacy and Sync, you guys are in the room. There is no backstage in this dining area. So we're positioned in the room. So if you guys want to line up or say that you're in the back of the room, that when we call up, you guys are walking up as a couple, you could do it that way, right? So basically I would be introduced as, say, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Stacy Mack, the voice of Soundchat Radio. Stacy, you gotta tell me how you want me to introduce you. I'll do it, right? And her
Okay, no problem.
and co-host for the evening, bad boy of comedy, Sync, just tell me what you want me to introduce you as, so it flows nicely, right?
Yep.
You guys come up, you guys play off of each other. It's a little 5-minute opening right there, right? And then you guys will introduce me to come on stage, right? I'm coming on stage, so I'm just gonna put host because it's both of you guys. But
Mhm.
once we finish the honorary toast, right? And two things that I'm gonna show you differently. Once we finish the honorary toast, right? I've done my opening remarks, we do the toast, right? You guys don't need to be on stage with each other. Basically, I want one host as becomes the voice of God now. Makes sense? And the other host is going to be at the podium doing all the intros, and then you guys could switch it up as you need be. Now we can
So you want them to alternate being voice of God? That's what
they
you're
can alternate being who's at the podium and who's voice of God.
Mhm. Stacy, Sin,
Yep.
You guys
Yes,
understand?
okay, not a problem.
Okay. So do you guys want us to actually put you in to say who's taking care of what up front?
Well, that would make it more clear.
I'm
Rather
asking the
than,
question. So,
Yeah.
I think you should,
Huh?
Carl.
yeah,
Okay.
so they know what,
Rather than
what time they go
Improper.
on.
Yeah.
all right, so ladies first. So Stacy Mack, I'm gonna put you in. So voice of God is, sorry. So let's put you here. So the voice of God here is going to be Sync. Therefore, Stacy, you're doing all the hosting work up front. So wherever I put Sync, Stacy, you're the host, and wherever I put Stacy is vice versa, right?
Okay,
So Sync, you're voice of God, Stacy, you're hosting. Now, a couple things Shalyn and I talked about,
no E.
right? Is our public figures, they're an anomaly. Meaning, even though we have them in there, the request is there for Eric to show. I don't know what time that he's actually going to show. They don't give us a real time, and we don't know if he's actually going to show, right? So what we've done in the program is in the program, we don't put their name in. We just leave it acknowledgements. But in the run of show, you guys will know that, okay, this is supposed to be Eric. You're gonna try to figure out, is Eric in the room based on when to check in? So you will cue voice of God or Stacy that Eric is here If not, we keep it moving. Make sense?
Oh, and another thing, Carl, when the ladies have checked in the honorees, please let us know so we know who's there.
Yes, so Shala and company, they should have that tally and make sure that we know who's in the room.
Yes.
All right,
Will we, Sync and myself, know when they're there? Will we be
Yeah.
notified when the honorees are there or who's there?
yeah, because one of the things that I try to do is when the honorees come in, I try to do it with a public address, you know, to say who's arrived,
Okay.
right? But before
You might not
we
catch, you might not catch all of them, so at least
Correct.
whoever's checking them in can say,
should,
can let us know, and then we'll let you know, Stacy and Singh.
All right.
Who's in the room?
Got it.
Okay.
all right, so sync your voice of God. Stacy, you're at the stage doing the hosting. In this segment, greetings and salutations.
Carl, instead of doing it back and forth, I mean, how are you doing it? You're doing like the first half, Sync is the voice of God, and then Stacy is the host, and then like later on, you switch it over instead of,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah. Yeah, sync is just simply, you know, voice of God, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the stage, Miss Stacy Mack, right? And then Stacy is doing, so, you know, you doing your doing, you're gonna do the intro to whoever is coming on the stage at that time, right?
Right, okay.
Mhm.
So, I mean, play off each other. I mean, you guys know what to do, I guess, right?
Okay.
All right, so you want me to, at what point do you want me to switch this up?
How many honorees?
There's 25. So here is when we start, after this greeting, right? Is when we start the awards. Right? Now, the interesting thing that we're doing is we're not having any presenters. All we're simply doing is, as the host or voice of God, is that when we play the video, I'm building the videos to have narration in it. And the narration was say at the end, right? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage. And I could play one for you that we're doing right now. So when I bring back the runner show, the clips and time to be up on stage, if it's not a special presentation, like say for Leon or Ifrika or Bungie Garland, all scripts and presentations, the total duration is 3 minutes. So that means up to 30 seconds with the narration, and then afterwards it's gonna say, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the such and such honoree, right? At that point is Stacy or Sync, you're up there to greet them. The girls, right? At that point, when they're finished, they're making their way up to the table that has the awards and certificates, to then pick up those awards and certificates, and they're gauging their time to wait as that honoree comes up. Ladies, you then transition yourself to meet them, to do the handoff. You may need to hold the items, right? Step off to the, I guess where we're gonna have it, the podium will be left of the stage, sorry, right up the stage. So ladies, the tables will be left of the stage, and I'll show you in the diagram. So you guys would probably wait there with their awards, have the honoree now say their quick thank yous, and we're going to then, once they're done, you walk with them with their honors off back to their table. And the other hosts, sorry, the other models should be lined up ready for the next presentation to be done. Now,
Okay, so let me walk through this. So the ladies, right, when the video is going on, they're going to be cued the honoree already. One is going to cue the honoree and tell them, okay, it's your time. So they at least they know to get ready. And then another one would be by the table with the award. So, okay, question. If
so
in the video, it's going to say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, present.
right. So this is what I'm going to play. I'm going to show you right now. All
No,
right.
because what I'm saying is if it's already in the video, then Stacy's going to do it again.
No, Stacy is just introducing what's happening next, our next presenter, sorry, our next honoree, right?
And then the video will play.
Then the video would play, right?
Oh.
So when Stacy as the host up would say, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to now, right? Present honors.
Dr. Trevor Dixon, MD, the 2023 Millennium Business Philanthropist of the Year Award honoree.
Right?
Dr. Dixon
Now,
is currently an attending physician at the Jacoby.
once this, Dr. Dixon, the 2023, the girls should be ready, right?
Mhm.
To, once this whole thing plays through and we get to the last piece, ladies and gentlemen, right? Dr. Dixon, the young ladies, Stacy or whoever say, please welcome on stage, right? That's when we start making our movements. Girls, one girl is gonna move. It's not gonna be two girls. It's just one lady, right? The girls are gonna be lined up in the back. So it's gonna be, once this segment plays, they're gonna start moving up to the front to gather the award, wait for the honoree to arrive to either hand off, but it's gonna be so much because it's 4 items, right? It's the certificate, 3 certificates, and the award. So,
So why don't you just give the award and then give the certificate on the way when they're going back to their seat instead of so many
I mean,
items?
they can. I mean, this is what we're walking through right now. So, but they have to collect all items together, right? So the girls can come up and, sorry, girls. One
Young
lady
ladies.
is coming up. The awards are going to be in order of what's in the program. They're going to get the award, right? They will then present the award to the honoree. The honoree will take that, but then they have to also collect the certificates, which should also be there. And once the honoree is done, right? They
Right.
work with that honoree with all of their items and gives that to them at the table. Because we will already announce what they're receiving for the evening, right? And
Mhm.
that's the other piece that I forgot to talk about. Stacy and Singh, part of starting the show, and what I learned from watching the Grammys the other day, right, is that we need to talk about the house rules before once the host and hostess come up, right? And the house rules would be how we will run the show for the evening, right? It would also talk about, one, the timing to come up on stage. Once you hear your name call, you know, the host will call you up. That's when you make your time. You have no more than 2 minutes until your video ends to come off stage. If you go over the length of your video, right? And in the video, the cue is when you know you're coming to the end is that you will actually see their name flash again in the video. This means their video is coming to an end. They should have been off the stage, but if they are not off the stage by that time, we are raising the music up. So take note of that, Taz and Lorraine. Right?
Okay, okay. Say that again.
Sure.
So
The music. will raise.
No, I understand the music if they go over their time, but you saying their video is gonna be running?
the video, so once the intro in the video plays with the narration, right?
Mm-hmm.
At that end, when it says, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, Stacy or Sync is going to say, please welcome on stage, to tell the honoree to come on stage, right?
And they
Hold
already will be cued that they're
Correct.
coming up anyway. Yeah.
Right? Now, this is in the housekeeping. So we're telling them you only, once your name is called to come up by the host, right? They will make their way. They have approximately 2 minutes to speak.
Okay.
At the end, and when you're watching the video, if you see their name flash again in the video, that means their 2 minute is coming to an end. At that time,
Okay, okay.
Got it.
start
Yeah.
raising the music,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's time for them to come off stage.
Okay, got it. All right.
Okay,
So let me ask you something, right? So if they have 2 minutes, so in a half,
Taz,
music
you're
can
breaking up.
start going up,
Taz,
or
you're
a
breaking
minute-
up, Taz.
a minute
Mhm.
and 45?
Taz, you're breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
me
we
now.
hear you.
I
Mhm.
don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying, okay, if it's 2 minutes, and you know it's 2 minutes, and there seems to be they seems to have a lot of things saying, then can the music start coming up like 90 seconds or a minute and 45 seconds
We could do that.
to rush
One of the things
to
we're
make
saying is
sure
that you
that
guys
they
should have
know that.
you should have a watch or a clock,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
but we'd have to tell them at a minute 30, right?
Wrap it
That's
up.
all that's done.
We
Because
start
someone might
raising the
have a lot of
music.
things that they want to say. Mhm.
Right? There's no long-winded speeches here.
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Right? And it's also
Got
at
it.
that point that the girls are also making their way up to the stage to have collected the award, right? Once Stacy or Sync tells the honoree, please come on stage, show your love, blah, 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 right? The handoff occurs. This is all happening in that 3 minute. Right? First 30 seconds is the narration, and then the walk up, and then that 1 minute mark is say your thing. Minute 30, you need to start wrapping up at that minute 30. But we do
Okay.
have some people who don't care about the time. So we were suggesting now for the production team, should we have a clock or something, or you guys are going to be managing the time? How do you guys propose to manage the time?
If you have a clock, you mean a clock that they can see?
Yes, Lorraine, something that
Yeah.
they can see when they get up to the stage, like, so we would tell them beforehand they have these 2 minutes, but something that's counting down.
They're counting
as they're
down so
up
they
there.
can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. So at least they
But-
see it, so they won't be surprised when the music start playing.
I have a quick question. Are the honorees or the awardees, are they aware that they have 2 minutes before? Because, you know, some people write acceptance speeches and stuff.
So that's what I said, Stacy, is that we're going to, once you and Sync come up to the stage and
No, I meant before the event.
yeah,
Did
it
you
will
tell
be,
them?
when we send out the notice, all of that will be in a notice. It's a checklist notice that we send out,
Okay, okay.
but some people don't read.
Mhm.
So that's why day off, and this is what I learned from the Grammys, the host and hostess, right? Once I bring you guys up, you guys are gonna go through the house rules.
Okay.
I watched them doing it in the Grammys. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, Carl, I think that's great. And maybe it's like a list of things on the screen as the host and hostess are speaking to that. Like, you know, something that says turn off your cell phone, like whatever they're
Right.
saying, it's reiterated on the screen.
Yeah, it's like a screen with just that slide that says house rules.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll create that. Actually, Shala, do me a favor. Just give me all the bullet points. So it just makes it easier for me to go create the
Okay, I
slide,
can do that. Yep.
right?
Mhm.
And part of the house rules that we try to strive for is, and Garvin has stressed this many, many times, right? Is silence your phones, but you have to silence yourself, right? During when we're receiving guests, when honorees are saying their speeches, right?
Right. Mhm.
We have to say that we need to hear a pin drop because we're doing the live recordings, right? In addition to that, one of the big things, and I was gonna put the step and repeats in the room, but I'm gonna put them, there will be one in the room, but I'll keep one on the outside vestibule, right?
Mhm.
The one in the room is during cocktail hours. The one outside is once they receive their award, they can go outside to take pictures, right?
And that door closes. I haven't been to
And-
this venue. That door
Yes.
closes, so you won't hear the feedback from outside,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Right? So that's one of the thing, ladies, that we're gonna ask you to do once the honoree is done, right? Escort them outside so they can take their pictures with their awards and certificates.
Carl, what are the house rules?
Shala's gonna put them all together, but I could go through it real quickly. One is the silencing of the room, right? Once we are, the light is on and we're green, Lorraine and Taz, the middle of the room is not accessible for anyone to cross through, right? So two
Mhm.
things I mentioned to Peter and Richie was, do they have black extensions that we can rope down the middle of the room?
Okay, black stanchions.
Yeah. So it will give, and the other thing is, do we have a black carpet? If we don't, we'll make the imaginary black carpet, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Actually, I can just see, maybe I could pick one up. I don't know. We'll see. And all we need is a runner, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Garvin,
One that won't snag heels. So be careful with that.
well, it has to be tape. Oh, well,
You could tape the back of it. The edges, we could buy the two-way tape and take the corners.
yeah.
Sorry, Stacy.
I mean, I got black duct tape,
Mhm.
but I don't want it to look tacky.
Right.
No, underneath.
Underneath, yeah.
Yeah, underneath. So.
We need
it won't show.
we need a runner that has like the rubber side on it. Right? So
Somebody
Garvin,
hit their phone.
back to the house rules. So house rule number one, when the event starts, there is silence in regards to receiving of, when honorees are receiving their awards, there is no crossing over the center of the room during that period. That includes staff serving food, right? They have to come around and behind the camera and go on through the sides that they have, right? The other thing now is in regards to honorees leaving early. We've already got one request, and that can't work for us, right? Because it leaves empty spaces in the room. So we are asking that the courtesy is that, you know, the commitment is that you're here from 6 to 10, right?
Right.
We need you to be here from 6 to 10. We don't have seat fillers, right?
Mhm.
The other request is now we're gonna talk about how to accept your award, right? There's a total of 3 minutes in which your presentation will play. You will be called up to the stage after, by the host. At that point is when you start making your way, right? To receive your award by our ambassadors, right? Once you receive your award, you will be escorted off to then go take pictures, just them. We don't want their table. Because they always seem to want, everybody wants to do that. To me, all of that should be done at the end, right?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
just them to just do some solo pictures out. So we have that and we've captured that moment, right?
All right, so at that point, hold a second, you gotta say to them that if they go over the time, you gotta make it clear that if they go over the time, they're gonna be drowned out by the music. The volume of the music is gonna turn up, so they know that there's a consequence of them going over the time. And to implore them that we want to keep this thing as respectful as possible. You know, respectful to the running of the program and respectful as a courtesy to the rest of the people who are receiving awards, because a lot of people, the minute they go up there, they don't read it. They really don't care about
Yeah.
just figure it's their moment and they're gonna say what they want to say as far as long as they want to say it.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of some, you know, we've had those instances, right?
Right.
And it's always them Jamaican ones too. I don't know why them Jamaicans like talking so much.
Well, it's people's big moment, and when people have a big moment, they feel, you know, when they have a big moment, they say, "Look, it's my big moment. I'm going to do what I need, what I want to do here. It's my moment."
Yeah, that's why you
No.
have to try and reiterate with the stuff you're sending out that it's 2 minutes. Put it in the subject line, 2 minutes. Put it everywhere you can think of, put 2 minutes. So at least they know.
Boy, Lorraine, I know these people don't like to
I
read.
know. They don't like to read, but you
They
still have
just,
to, you
So when
still have to
the-
put it in there.
Yeah, so when the hosts go up, the host has to make it abundantly clear that
uh-huh.
we have strict time management, you know?
So that's you and Sync, Stacy Mack and Sync. That's you on stage, you know, going through those rules, right?
Okay.
Let them know their
so-
big moment is a 2-minute moment.
Yeah.
So can I ask something, right? If we press,
Right, so
Can I ask
I
something, right?
want to say something here, something else. My observation over the years is that the table, let's say there are 10 tables in the room, right, for simplification purposes. Each table, whenever someone is receiving an award, each table has an attitude that I don't give a fuck about what's going on with this other person who's receiving the award. And then what happens is that they only care when it's their table. So whenever it's a table that's not their table, they don't really care about it. And I think that's where the disrespect comes in to the other people. And I think we have to try to say to them, please extend that courtesy in the same way they would want, you know, for the person who they're here to represent, they would want that courtesy. They should extend that.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about the, you know,
Can
just
can I
courtesy.
can I interject here? Is there any way that prior to them coming up, that one of the ladies, or there could be like a precursor where somebody goes to their table and says, you're going to be up next, or you're, up in the next 5 minutes. I just want to remind you of a few house rules, just as a
That's a whole lot to do at that one point for the girls.
too much. Okay.
Yeah, I think the only thing they just to let them know that they're coming up next.
Yeah,
Okay.
But to me, the two biggest problem over the years have been, one, they don't care about the time when they go up there. And two, whenever it's not your table, you don't care what's going on. You're just talking on your cell phone, doing all sort of things inside the room and disrupting the event when it's not your table. But when it's your table, you're very attentive now and you want to be involved now when it's your table. That's just what I observed over the years.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna stress it, Garvin.
I'm gonna try and break them into it.
But at the same time, Sink and Stacy Mack, you guys are managing the room.
Okay,
Imagine the stage.
So managing, you know, if you see something out of place, you address it, right?
Mhm.
Along with the production team.
Okay.
Can I interject a minute?
Yeah, Taz.
Yeah,
Hello?
Taz.
Yes,
Yeah.
so if it's 2 minutes, why not do it tell them 90 seconds then? Because if you're gonna have a time frame that you're working with in the venue, why not tell them 90 seconds so that they don't really write a speech or do something going close to that 2 minutes? So you know you have that window.
So, well, I would agree with you,
know.
Taz, because when I was watching the Grammys, they told them 45 seconds.
And they still went to a minute.
Yeah, because if you tell them 2 minutes,
They're
someone's
gonna go
gonna,
to.
you know, you know, everyone they know, they're gonna try to thank them. So might as well just say, if you want to have that extra 30 seconds, even if they don't use it, but you know, because it's time, you have a time for the venue, right? That you have to close.
Mhm.
So I don't
Right.
know.
So
Probably
basically
say
don't give
90
them the
seconds,
approximate time.
the 2 minutes.
So give
No,
them.
well,
give
I
them-
think you should
so
give
it-
them
So we're gonna treat
90
1
seconds.
minute for the
You have
intro,
to give them.
right? 1 minute for the intro, but really it's, you know, more than 30 seconds, but 1 minute. But once they come on stage, we're saying, right? That once you come on stage, you have 90 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
right? 90 seconds. All right, I like that. Okay. All right, so pretty much the runner show is the straight. I'll just drop in here the switch between Stacy and Sync, right? The only thing I'm fearful about, and I'll just have to find out because I have to send this to print, is in regards to the pre-recorded stuff from the DJs, right? Now at the very end, instead of pre-recorded, the DJ of the year, which is Snatch, he's going to actually, we're gonna have him pass the mic to him to DJ, and then we're gonna call him up to receive his award. So he closes the show. Okay.
Okay, so in that pass the mic seg, he's gonna be the last one to get the mic, and he's gonna be basically entertained, and then afterwards you get the award.
And he gets the award. So ladies and gentlemen, you know, blah, 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 you know, we saved the best for last. DJ, you know, the fireman, DJ S1, blah, 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 you know? And he comes up and he, you know, we run his presentation and stuff. Or we could run it, no, we run his presentation. That's the hard one there. Maybe we do the presentation first? What do you guys think?
Okay, so the pass the mic.
You gotta look for.
Huh?
Yeah, I
Okay,
don't have my
who-
glasses on. Hold on, sorry.
Anybody speaking?
No, I'm just saying, who is before him with the pass the mic? Or what kind of entertainment is there before him?
So throughout the evening, there's different entertainment. So we have, if you're not speaking, could you go on mute, please? So throughout the evening, the entertainment is the cast members from the play Tech for Yourself, right? So those the two levels of entertainment is the pass the mic, right? There is, as I mentioned, Kevin Crown is supposed to be the first, right? Let me just search for it in here. So All right, so let me go back to the top. Make sure I get all of them. All right, so in the beginning, we have Kevin Crown, 7:15. DJ Roy. DJ Zell. Chaos. And the last one would be the live pass the mic to DJ Snatch. So my question now is, do we have him entertain and then run his presentation, or have him do his presentation, then have him close out by mixing?
I think it makes sense to run the presentation, and then, ladies and gentlemen, here he is live and in the flesh. DJ Snatch.
It's like after he gets his award, then he performs.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll do it that way. I'll put it in the run of show. And change it in the booklet. All right. And so now entertainment. So the performances that we have are.
Okay, but 1 second, Carl. So after he finishes performing, what happens?
Closing remarks. We're done.
Okay, all right.
It's the thank yous. So we have members of the play, Tech With Yourself, they'll be doing singing, comedic work, a presentation. I think it's only 3 times I have them in here, right? We have Lemon, we have Kathy Grant, and is it only 2? Lemon, comedic. Oh, there's a presentation, special presentation. All right, that's what it is. So it's just these 3 as live entertainment, along with the Pass the Mic. And am I forgetting something? Oh, and then Leon gets the most time up there, maybe up to 10 minutes for us to do his presentation, and for him to do his 5-minute keynote address, if that much, and be given his award. All of the artists, with the exception of Fayan and Bungie, are on virtual. Spice is virtual, and Queen Eye Freak is virtual.
They're coming on, or they're gonna do a video?
No, they're going to be virtual video,
Oh, okay.
right? Now,
So they have to
No.
be queued to virtual.
correct.
Who is actually there? I'm sorry.
Fayan and Bungie.
Okay.
They're live, yeah.
And then there's the Fallen Heroes tribute, right? Where we're gonna ask people, I ordered candles. So we'll light a candle for our Fallen Heroes segment. That's a virtual video that we'll play. Right?
Who are the fallen heroes?
Huh?
Who are the
It's
fallen
over the
heroes?
years, so I need to go take a look and see who has passed.
Okay, I remember a lady had passed, one of your friends, a lady.
Yeah, so Jules Shannon passed, so we need
Oh,
to.
Jules Shannon passed too, yeah, I remember that.
What?
Yeah, Jules Shannon passed.
How long ago, boss?
Jules passed in the middle
Earlier
of the
this
year.
year, like it's last year, like mid-year, like about September or so.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Mm.
sorry to be the bearer of bad news, yeah.
Jesus.
And actually, I have a proclamation for Jewel here that she never received. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I don't have a contact for her family.
Oh, y'all just smacked the hell out of me just now.
Sorry to tell you.
You know, I'm just remembering Jules from the 90s when we used to do the Tamika Awards. So
Uh-huh.
like
Tamika, when she
Wow.
was with Smooth Magazine and all of that.
Yes, it's, I remember that, but I heard that she passed, so.
I have a to-do list, and on that to-do list is I gotta give Jewel a call.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so Jewel will be in there. I need to go take a look and each time one of our honorees is passed, we do a fashion innovation award. So with Giselle had passed a couple of years, our mission award was renamed for her, right? The Giselle Best Power in Motion Award in honor of her for what she used to do. Then I was thinking of Dave Cox with his passing. So I was going to think about renaming the Businesswoman and Businessman of the Year award in his honor, right? And maybe with Jewel, and I didn't talk this over with the board yet, but maybe renaming that award to the Jewel Shannon, Fashion Innovation Award. I don't know. Be a good idea.
Absolutely.
So every time one of our honorees is passed, George Cronin, he was our conduit to the African market. He passed unexpected. And like you, Sink, he passed 2 months and I didn't even know. I just happened, his child's mother just happened to call me and I was like, get out of here.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's why it's important we stay in touch with each other, kind of what's going on. All right, so if all runs well, Taz and Lorraine, if you see this time down here, I'll put it in red.
Okay.
What time to spare?
Yeah.
I'm taking everybody out to dinner if we make this time.
We'll shoot for the stars.
All right, but that's pretty much the.
It's a piece.
What's that?
It's a piece. We could get that done.
We can get it done. It's all possible. Listen, I believe in y'all.
It's gonna happen.
All right, let's shoot for it. All right, so let me bring up the floor plan. And that's the last thing we could look at.
Hey, Carl, for the honorees that want to leave early, I know you can put them in the front, but put them towards the sides. So if they're leaving, at least it won't show.
Let's just see. I'm gonna bring up the file and see. It's just that they're sitting at different tables. I think Dr. Dixon is the only one that had made mention that he wants to leave early. So I think I have him in the back. So I'll take a look real quick. Hold on. Okay. All right, so here's the floor plan. As I said, there is no backstage, right? So where you see this center table, we're gonna have the two tables for the awards and the certificates, okay? Stacy, we're gonna have two high boys that's gonna display our YGB cake and a floral arrangement, right?
Okay.
Podium is off to, facing the stage is off to the right, right? Backstage, Garvin and production is over here where you see DJ, right? So this center area, Garvin, this is where you are up above everyone because it's a walk down, right?
Got
So
it.
no one can come through this area. Everyone would have to come through on the sides, right? Originally, I was gonna have step and repeat at this back wall inside, so sorry, I will have a step and repeat on the back wall to the side during cocktails for taking of pictures and one outside in the vestibule. These two tables are our receiving tables for our
Check-in.
yes, and check-in. We need to add in here, Shala, if we're going with we have to set up the table for the Marvel guy. Right? So we'll have this in the room somewhere. Haven't put it into the awards, but he could be somewhere over here on the right-hand side. The bar is over to the left, so most likely I'm seeing here if everything goes well. I was seeing if Miss Pat from VP also wanted to display her stuff. She hasn't gotten back to me yet. Right? So those will be the only two vendors that we are showcasing items for auctioning or purchasing. Cocktails is buffet style. I don't think we're doing, are we doing past? I have to look at the thing. I think it's either past or buffet style, right? Let me see for Dr. Dixon. Dr. Dixon. He's at table 7, so we may move him. Table 7 is over here.
A little disruptive, huh?
We can move him to table 15.
Yeah, easier for him to leave.
Right, so I'll move him, I'll switch him, I can switch him now. So let's do 15. Oh, hold on.
I have a question for the production team. What does the day of look like for you as far as when you're running through the videos and stuff like that? Like how long will that take just to make sure that you have everything and everything is sounding good and all of that?
That
an idea
was
of that?
my question. Can we get the videos prior to load them?
Of course, that's
Yes.
the plan.
Instead of trying to load them the day of, because that was what happened last time. It was taking too long. So at least we know where to cue the videos from starting. So we
Right.
just come there with them set up already.
Right, but then while you're there and doing your setup, will you run them like before the program starts?
Yes, because
Okay.
I'll have the sound tech run them. So at least we can see if there's any glitch or anything in them
Yeah,
beforehand.
okay, good.
You're Taz?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes.
Okay.
Because I think I'm gonna be
And
there earlier than you as well.
yeah, exactly. And where you said the production is going to be set up is going to be on a raised level, you said, Carl?
Yes,
Okay, so I think lights and everything, because we need light to see what is going on these paper. So we can
yeah,
follow.
well, the spots, you gotta talk to Peter on that. They did the
Yeah.
walkthrough.
Yeah, to make sure we have lights in that area, wherever we are. Proper lighting.
All right, so
Lorraine, I would, one other thing I think too, as far as the show, right?
Mhm.
From last year, you remember when things changed and we had a printout. And so that was difficult, right? Because the printout just had what the late, like what the
Yeah.
most. So maybe it's if I don't know if you have like a laptop or something where we can then maybe work from the shared file. And so we're
Okay.
not necessarily looking at the printout, but if any change is going to be made, it's going to be made on that shared file. And so everyone would be seeing the most
Where the
up-to-date version of the run of show.
That makes sense because yeah, we had the paper. Trying to see the paper in the dark was very hard,
Yeah.
and trying to make change. Yeah, so if we have a share file, okay, I'll walk with my laptop, and Taz, you can walk with yours also. So at least we'll have everything.
Yes,
We'll have it there on hand, so we can whatever
All right.
changes make,
So
everybody
Lorraine,
have access to it. Yes.
just so we on the same page now, we're gonna be running a Zoom, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Zoom is for the honorees that are in Florida, California, Trinidad, and we have one honoree that had a death in the family unexpectedly. So they may be coming on.
How many honorees are on Zoom?
4.
Okay.
But we, maybe even 5. I don't know if Queen Ifrika and Thing want to be, but if they could come on the Zoom, they might as well have done a virtual live. But so the Zoom is that they will be able to see the room, and can we bring them up for those honorees who want to speak?
I think you should be able to, because we did that last year, right? When they wanted to speak, when they
Right.
did the acceptance speech.
Right.
Right, so we have to get the video, I have to get with Rich to open the room so they can speak when it's their time.
Okay. Now, here's the thing that Shala and I were in debate about, right?
Mhm.
So there are some honorees who would like family that can't attend to view. Should we extend this courtesy?
Extended for them to view the event,
Yeah, that's it. Like if we were doing a,
like what we did last time.
yeah, but the way that I would set it up is that I would do a separate Zoom, which would be like set it up as if it's a seminar. All they could do is view, they can't interact, they can't do anything, just see.
Okay, so basically just sign on to a link.
Correct.
All right, I guess it's something, I guess we have to just go over it with Richie and let him know how many.
Now that's 2 Zooms.
Yeah, that's the
Oh.
thing.
Or Carl, you could just have a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live of the show.
Yeah, but don't those things end?
No, I think they're going for a long.
They're going on till the event ends.
Okay.
I don't know much about them, but I know
They
you.
only, they will go off if there is a copyright infringement through any song. So
Right.
if there's music, that's the only thing that would kick it off.
See, I rather the Zoom because I won't have a limitation.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but that's gonna be 2
Well,
different
with
Zooms we're doing.
The Zoom affect the data.
So what I was thinking and what I've created is this, right? I have one of the tablets that we have, I'm putting it on a tripod that is 67 inches. And all it would do would be in the back up, looking at the stage.
Okay. Oh, so that would be for them.
That would just be for the public to see the room.
All righty. I mean, it can be done. We just have to make sure make sure it's tight and
Correct.
who in the room can see and why they're there and who have access to that.
Right, so I'm saying that is just solo by itself, but the main one that pipes into the board
Mm-hmm.
Right. is
Cause
the,
you still, you have to, yeah, cause you have to give that one sound also.
correct, but it should pick up the sound based on the room, right? I mean, I can run a microphone to the board if we want to do that, but it should pick up, like if you're doing Zoom on your phone, like we're doing right now. If you heard me play music, you should be able to hear it, right?
You should, but at the same time, sometimes it might not. It depends. So it's like, we just have to make sure.
Okay, and then now our intern, she is going to be for that one. Or to be our social media person, right? For Facebook or whatever, with the other laptop, other whatchamacallit, tablet, going around and, you know, capturing the moments in the room live with the other tablet, you know, interviewing with the honorees and guests.
All right, I
Yeah.
guess we'll talk.
But
about that.
those are not tapped into the board. That's just like if I had my phone, but she'll have the
Yeah,
tablet.
social media, that's different, yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So that's what I was thinking. Now, the question was, and I guess Shala and I were in debate, is should we offer that to the public or to these special guests? Because say I limit it and say it's only 20 people can be on there, you know? Does that really police if I limit the number of people that can actually come on?
What do you mean? Just to have, okay, so you're just giving them, okay, 20 people access to this. And
Right.
that's it.
Like, does it matter?
Not really, but once you have it open.
Once you have it open, that's what I'm saying. So I was just gonna put it out there and give the honorees that luxury of saying, okay, if guests that couldn't attend, you know, one of our sponsors is allowing us to broadcast live, right? Make it seem as if it's a special thing versus having to pay for access, like what we've done before.
All right, but I'm saying, does that interfere with, if you open it
Nope.
to the public, does that interfere with your bottom line and stuff? Because once
No,
you
because
open it, it's just free.
it's just free. I
Okay,
just,
if you-
I mean, all we doing is just doing a live Zoom and people are watching. They can't do nothing else other than just watch.
I'm not in favor of to the public.
Right,
I'm
because-
okay. I'm okay with if we're doing it as a courtesy for some honorees, like their friends and family, but to just be like free for all.
That means
I
you're
don't-
not
yeah,
really gonna get anything. It's like you basically, you sell it, you're giving away your product and nobody has to
yeah,
pay for
I'm
it.
not in favor of that
But-
part.
So if we just do it to the friends and family, then I do a limit then, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. I have no problems with that. All right, so that's pretty much, I think I've covered everything. Right? On the day off, I mean, Stacy, you're coming over here to pick up some of the items for the gift bag items?
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. The gift bags, where are they gonna be packed up since you don't have a backstage area?
We have a
And you-
room because there's no other event, so there's another room that we're gonna utilize on that floor.
Oh, and Sheila, you have your team to do that?
Stacy,
Actually, that's Stacy Osborne. That's supposed
Stacy,
to be
sorry.
me.
Mhm.
That's actually me. I'm handling the bags.
Okay.
But I had a question.
Stacy? Hello?
Stacy, you're on mute. Oh, yeah.
Do you hear me? Are we going to have two girls downstairs directing the guests upstairs?
no, there's a reception downstairs. There's no need to have girls downstairs.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. Carl, Question for you. I don't know if this can happen. Is it possible to get into the venue on Monday? Or
I can
like
ask.
Monday evening? Yeah. So
You
at
can
least we
ask.
can go there.
Yeah, I think they're available.
Yeah.
Lorraine, I think the latest they do is 5:30, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, that's,
Uh, I'll
they
tell
can
you
do
right now,
before
hold on.
that.
Hold the line. 1 second,
Mhm.
we'll find out. Da, 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 da. What time on Monday?
Say around 3 on Monday.
Okay, hold on. I have to go drop off the check today. Nice big check too.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Went from guaranteeing 14 tables to 20. All right. Got to find out what time. All right, I'll find out and I will let you know.
Okay, thanks.
All right, so before we close, any
Anywhere between 2 and
questions?
3. Anywhere between 2 and 3 is fine.
2 and 3, okay.
Yeah.
Stoll,
Taz,
you're
is that,
still
oh,
on?
sorry. Taz, is that time good for you?
What time? 3 o'clock?
Yeah, anywhere
On
between
Monday?
2. Yeah, on Monday, anywhere between 2 and 3 on Monday. Or anyone else need to, if they can stop by or want to stop by.
That's fine.
Okay. Any questions from the ladies, the ambassadors, Jess, Stoli?
Just send over the document that you're working with,
Yeah,
the videos.
Yeah, as soon as I finish that, I gotta send it over.
Yeah.
Sheila is going to import this into a form, right?
Mhm.
For anyone that didn't give their meal selection up front, you could do it day off. And you can make your changes also to your selection.
I have a question.
Sure.
Are we having the run through? I'm not sure if I heard that there was gonna be an actual run through.
Yes, on the day off, probably about 2, 3 o'clock.
Okay, so that was the 2, 3 o'clock as well. Okay.
Okay.
Carl, you never delineated on the sheet where Stacy and I switch from voice of God to host.
Yeah, I was gonna do that offline,
Oh, okay.
unless you guys see something that you want particular to do. Hold on. Sure.
So you said we have 25 honorees?
No,
How many?
24.
Funny.
But majority of, a couple of them are virtual. 6 of them are virtual.
Oh, 6 out of 24.
Yeah, 18. All right, so at the first award is the Nina Simone Artistic Excellence Awards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
After that is Professional Service Awards. And we kind of move those around. Does one of you guys want to introduce the Artist Awards? Huh?
Carl, why don't you just share it with both of them so they can go through it and they'll know where they want to go?
Oh, yeah. Why don't you do
That's a
that?
great idea.
Yeah, I'll share this form with you guys, and you guys can put in what areas you want, but you gotta do that today.
Okay.
All right, so I'll share this, because this is a shareable form.
Yeah.
All right, good thinking. See, that's why I'm gonna let you manage everything there, Lorraine.
Haha.
You know, Carl is not gonna do anything other than sit down and be who he needs to be, a participant, finally.
All right, Carl, we know how that works already.
What are you
so-
trying to
Thank you,
say?
Lorraine.
What are you
Thank you.
trying to say?
We know you can't help yourself. We know how that works already.
Shallow already told me that, Carl, you're gonna sit down, as my mother would say, I make your body take shape, you know?
I have a question.
Yes.
So in terms of when the honorees are getting their awards, would the models know in what order each one of us would go in handing them out?
Yes,
will
they
know.
will.
You will, but you won't know which one you will have because it's like a round robin. You're just coming up, coming back, right?
Okay.
So,
And then
but
they'll
wouldn't they,
be on
but wouldn't someone be there? I mean, you have can they have a tablet also so they can see, have access to it where they can see, okay, what is coming up, who's coming up? So at least they'll have an
Only
idea.
have four.
So something that Carl usually does, he creates a WhatsApp group for the team. So I think that might be helpful if everyone has their phone and is able to look at that, like we can put stuff in there. I think that's the best.
Yeah,
Option.
the production
Yeah.
WhatsApp group, that's what you guys can use.
to see who's going up next to present the next award to hand it out.
Sorry, can I interject something, Carl? Because I wanted to know, right? If there is an issue with the virtual connect, right? Is there a backup plan where you have the artist information or a video and
Move-
someone can actually
Yeah, if there's a
see
thing,
while the
switch o-
artist is there?
I would just skip the question.
Okay.
I would just switch over to the sponsor slide until we fix that.
Okay.
That's our, it's,
Go to.
it's just something to
Fallback.
deal with, fall back to.
Mhm.
Or we move one of the past mics in that segment. But
Okay.
the easiest thing is, are we trying to put out a fire? If so, then I'll run the sponsor slide deck.
Because sometimes you can't get by the connection, so I
Right.
don't know if, you know,
Right.
should just have that backup and just kill that segment once and, you know,
Mhm.
I don't know. Just,
So it's up to you. The only thing that you guys could move around, if you got, I mean, you're gonna move around the order, but then everybody has to be in sync that you're making this change.
That's the thing.
yeah, so
mean,
I'm saying, okay, for instance, Queen Ifrika is virtual and there's an issue, but she said what she wanted to say.
She's
most
not
of
gonna
it
be
already.
speaking. She's not gonna be
Oh,
speaking.
she's
She's,
not gonna be speaking?
It's a virtual video that's gonna be playing.
yeah,
Okay, so
recorded.
she's not
She's
gonna be
already-
doing acceptance.
no,
She's not
Oh.
getting anything, right?
No, it's
Yeah.
a recorded acceptance, basically.
yes. So we're gonna run a
Okay, okay.
presentation, or acceptances in there.
Okay,
Everything that is on virtual, other than the honorees that are on the Zoom, is pre-recorded.
okay, sure. Got it.
All right. All right, that pretty much it. Stacy, I'm gonna share this file to you.
And then when you finish editing, please share it with everyone else so we can have it.
Yeah, it'll be up. I'm gonna share it with everyone. You'll
Yeah.
have it,
Mm-hmm.
right? But Sync and Stacy, you guys just let me know when you're done. Because
Okay.
you could work on it simultaneously, it doesn't matter. And let's see, Jess, you're good? Okay. Okay. All right. Let's break. Thank you,
All
guys.
right. Okay.
All right, thanks,
All right.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Take
Thanks,
care.
everyone.
Be
Okay,
safe.
take care. All
Okay.
right, bye.
Carl, I'm gonna give you a buzz. Okay?
Okay.